Gentlemen, I want to thank you, and ladies, thank you very, very much for coming here today. For some of you, this may be your very, very first time in the office down here, and we're very, very proud and pleased to have an office presence here in Erie, Pennsylvania, and we're open 12 months of the year. Because what I really want to do is to show off a couple things here to you today as we get started. If you'll take a look to the left, my left, your right, I want to show off a couple of our trophies here so you get a chance to show those a little later. Now, we are now the two-time defending CIFL champions with a 22-2 record the past 2 seasons here with the CIFL. In turn, we also have something rather unique here, putting together, besides some statistics for our media people, for you guys to have that many, many people may not know about. The second thing is also we have our radio broadcast going on, both by way of streaming as well as being broadcast live on WWCB. This coming season, it looks like right now we have the potential of having a radio network with anywhere from 3 to 5 stations coming on board to broadcast our games. And in turn, the other most unusual thing is this past season we put together a reality TV show, aka Reload Explode, a 12-episode series of taking us from the beginning of training camp all the way to the championship game in Marion, Ohio. And I'm very, very pleased to announce that those DVD sets are on sale. So that's a little bit of background here that we have today. But today's purpose for the meeting is to let you know we're putting together and having the signing of a new head coach. The reason for that is the fact that we have now a championship program in place. In turn, what we wanted to do is to look ahead how, in fact, we can move and progress to the next step. We have looked at coaches, looked at people who have an experience, a wealth of experience for us here in the game of football. And so I have, and we'll have this gentleman announced to you here in a few minutes, but one of the other individuals coming out here today is also an intern with me with a wealth of football experience. And so at this time, I would like to have Woody Thompson come out here with us to speak. Woody, come on out. Woody, I'm going to have you take a chair here with me. Again, Woody Thompson, again, a local graduate of East High School, University of Miami, likewise, ex-NFL player, has come on board to be an intern at 62 years of age. Real quick, briefly, why that idea of what's going on, okay? So tell them a little bit why you're here and how this progressed and what's your experience been like here with a minor league football team versus the NFL.
Well, the idea came, I'm working on I'm finishing up a certificate program with Mercyhurst. I decided to get some experience in sports marketing. And there were options that I had with either trying to get with a NFL team or try to get on here right here in Erie with the Explosion lower league at 62, going on 62. I'll be 62 next month. Probability, and just for logistical reasons, it just made a better fit for me to try to come here to try to learn the same skill set that I could get with in the NFL and a more likelihood of being able to participate with a pretty good organization. I'm finding out that Bill Stafford is pretty good at marketing and promoting his team. He has a good organization here. He does a lot. He was reaching out into the community, and he looked at the opportunity to have me with him to help him promote some of his marketing packages that he's trying to reach out to the community. So, you know, we both embraced the opportunity to work together, and I'm finding the experience to be very enlightening as well as gratifying. So,
Woody, let me stop you, interject here again. He finally has arrived now. As I announced, a new coach. Now, I misquoted saying it a new signed agreement with a coach. Again, this guy is well known in the community and the world of football, more so than many, many others. So I'd like to take this time to, again, I'm going to have you go over and sign that contract. Shawn, welcome back to the Erie Explosion, okay, for another year. So go ahead. I'm going to give you the pen to sign, join with Woody, and then be able to take some questions.
that's me.
This has a big raise in it, Bill?
Well, it's some of the stuff we discussed here. So again, it's a new contract, okay?
That's right. Read the fine.
Yeah, I better read it real good before I sign it.
So we'll open it up for some questions here for both of you guys. I want to thank you, all of you, coming up.
Shawn, you've always talked about, I know last year, how easy it was to come back. Was there ever any doubt about this year?
No, I mean, this is where I'm at. I get an opportunity to work for a great owner, great staff here. I have a great coaching staff in place. It's an opportunity to build a dynasty. That's what this is about. That's what keeps me, coming back every year, an opportunity to keep doing something special for the community of Erie. So with that said, there certainly were a lot of other, feelers and offers from other teams, across the country, which is to be expected. That's flattering. I appreciate the interest. But when it's all said and done, I know that I have a very great job here. Opportunity, like I said, to work for a great owner. I thank Bill Stafford, again, for the opportunity to continue on with the mission here. And, Bill's mission of one of, professional indoor football in the community and on and off the field, the success we've had here, I just want to continue to build on that.
Can you go into the details about what the other offers were, or no?
I mean, I'd rather not say, but leagues around, I mean, there's several leagues around the country made me offers, obviously. And that happens every year. This year, there were quite a few more, quite a few, offers that, certainly were very, generous offers by the people involved. And when it comes down to it, it was never really much of a consideration, to be honest with you. This is where I want to be. I want to continue to build what we've been building here.
Talk about wanting to build a dynasty. Do you enjoy the pressure that comes along with knowing you've won 2 in a row? And I mean, you're expected to win a third now.
Sure. I mean, to me, there's no pressure. I mean, we have a plan for the way we attack things. We have a plan for the way we go after recruiting. We've been very fortunate. We've won with a lot of different players here, a lot of different talent. This is minor league football. There's guys in and out of here every year that move on to bigger and better opportunities, or, this is not a long-term career for a player. So for me, it's more the vision of what we have and continuing to plug these young, dynamic players into what we do and be successful. So, that's something that I take a lot of pride in, the way we're kind of able to reload every year and be competitive. I expect 2015 to be, much of the same. The championship, that's something that comes along with it. There's certainly a lot of breaks, a lot of luck that goes into it. I've been very fortunate to have tremendously talented players play for me. I have a tremendous coaching staff that's been with me a long time, a bunch of loyal guys that do a great job. And, together, the way I look at it, when we put this thing together and we're ready to start camp in, late January, early February, we'll be in it to win it. So, the goal every year is to bring another one of those trophies to the city of Erie. And we've started working on that already as we get, ready for 2015.
Shawn will build same league next year,
Same league. Again, what I want to share with you is this is the 10th anniversary, 10th season coming up of the CIFL, the longest running minor league football league. There's several others, as you know, have come and gone, but this one, okay, is stood the longest. The other part of it is this: is every one of the teams been successful? Absolutely not. That's the problem with minor league football. But if you have a league organization that can, in fact, help you maintain and get games and make sure you're not forfeiting games at home or not having games, then that's a success to begin with, because you cannot turn off the fans by saying, oh, by the way, there's no game today. You can't do that. That will destroy anything you're attempting to do, that I'm doing on the business side, as he's tried to do on the football side to prepare. So some of the things that have taken place, guess what? They're somewhat out of our control as well as the league. But again, we're trying to improve. And again, this year, they're looking for teams that have a much better, solid financial background is the real key. That's the key to any of this success. And we'll move ahead. We'll be knowing here shortly on some other going forward for us. But right now it's the CIFL. Other leagues have talked to us already. Oh yeah, they would like to come with us, because really what's happening is there's becoming an increasing interest by the CFL in the caliber of player that's being put on the field. The reason being is when we have 12 guys from the PSAC, 5 guys from the MAC conference, these are guys that are overlooked by the NFL for whatever reason. But they're much more capable and able to fit into the CFL mindset and player personnel they're looking for. Shawn, you want to add to that a little bit? Again, what you've seen from the coaching staff, and again from the combine that you and Jeremy put together?
Well, sure. I mean, there's talent. Obviously talent's everywhere. We try to do as much of it as we can here in Erie. We've been very successful with that, and that's obviously the key to winning. If I don't have talented players, I'm not a very good coach. I'm not going out and playing. So I haven't caught any touchdowns or rushed for any touchdowns or anything like that. But the league, the CIFL, I think they're working hard to get that firmed up and get that stabilized, and that's the key. I'd rather play 4 or 5 teams, the same teams over and over again, and be in competitive football games every game. I fully expect when a fan buys a ticket to watch our show that they come not knowing if Erie's going to win. I hope they expect we win. I think we're about 35-5 at home or something like that over the years, but I want them to come knowing this is a football game. This is a competitive game with 2 good professional teams. That's what you want. And however you have to get to that point, if it's 4 teams, 5 teams, to me that's fine. They got to cut out, I think, a lot of the fat, so to speak, and the teams that just can't make it, because I'm not interested in coaching against them. Our players aren't interested. I mean, you kind of lose interest. The fans lose interest, and so I think the league, to their credit, is doing a good job of kind of learning from their past mistakes and moving forward.
Woody, what's your role? Has it been defined? I mean, is it strictly off field? Are you going to help at all on the football end of it?
Right now, I'm just learning the marketing end. If Bill decides he wants to get me more involved in things later on, we'll discuss that, at a later time.
What is it your hope that will lead to? I mean, you got to be looking down the road, I'm sure.
I mean, I am, and I'd like to be able to learn more and be more involved in the operations, on the operations end. Football has always been my interest. I think I can spot a good football player when I see one. I have some business background, so organization like this, I feel at this stage for me is a pretty good match. But whatever Bill feels the need, he'd like to plug me into, I'm willing to go the extra mile and go through the learning process.
I mean, do you have aspirations to maybe do this at the NFL level in some capacity, to move into, is that?
Probably not. I'm on the semi-retired part of my life now. I don't.
I know you are.
Yeah, I don't want to get into too much stress-related things at this stage of the game.
Shawn, Bill mentioned the reality TV show Reload Explode. Can you speak a little bit about what that felt like you essentially coached an entire season under the microscope. You had cameras on you the whole way. Did that change at all how you managed your team, how you performed your show?
Sure. No, first of all, I thought the show was a great experience for our program, for our franchise here. I know our players enjoyed the exposure they got from it. I know the fans liked it. You know, everyone I've heard has had nothing but positive to say about the experience of being involved with it, and I honestly hope that we're able to do it again in the future. But no, it didn't change anything that we did, and you know, I think it's kind of neat that you know they were able to document that onto you know, a DVD forever. So the you know, the 2013 season is 2014 season, excuse me, is forever kind of encapsulated there in time for, you know, you can go back and check it out. You know, you just might want to have a little parental advisory for some of it, but yeah, it's, you know, I think it was good stuff for sure.
I need to add to that, okay? I had a chance to preview it, and I asked Paul, you've got to censor some of this stuff. You've got to take it out, because this was very adult. I taught for 35 years in one of the local high schools, and I swore one time in 35 years in front of the kids. I let out more stuff in that 2 or 3 minute tirade, okay, getting prepared for our playoffs, than I have ever, okay? And I said, that's out of character. Well, I had my daughter watching it with me, and I said, as you see the show, is this realistic or not? Because she was a trainer at Edinburgh University, was with the football team for 3 years. She said, Dad, this is the way it is. I mean, in the locker room, you better be prepared in the training room to give as good as they're giving to you, because they're going to give it to you, these players will. So I said, okay, Paul, I'll leave it. So it is adult-oriented. I need to make people aware of that one. Go ahead. Any other questions somebody can think? I have a media guide here for all of you. Some stuff here for you. A little bit about some of the stats and things that are going on with us with the Image Sports, the Armstrong Cable, the Reload program being on Roku right now, the kind of audience we're getting on an average, our website following, our fans, etc., the makeup of our audience. So I'll have that in a pack, and I'll give that to you before you leave, so you have some stuff that way and some more information on what's going on. But in closing here, I want to thank all of you for coming today. I know we kept you in a little suspense. I know we did. It's a big day today, okay, going up to Save an Eye, and that's by far and away more important for these young men with their final football high school career. Several of them, as Woody and I had a chance last night to be to the banquet to see the bright eyes. These guys are all excited about playing, and several of them will go on to play, but many of them, it's got their last hurrah, and it is. And again, for what we're seeing is giving these young men that Shawn is able to recruit for us another opportunity to continue that goal as young professionals. And we're looking to be part of the community. So some of you may know what we're doing to be part of and being able to give back. Because our whole goal here is, I don't have the banner up today. I wanted to show it off today, okay? I said it at the mayor's press conference. We are Erie's championship team. Now, I know I heard a little backstab a little bit from some of the folks, because how dare you say that? Well, we got it.